Good evening, Danilo. How are you this fine evening?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you. My name is Leander. I'm going to be interviewing you for the job of assistant F&B manager at the Royal Bavarian. I'm here just to interview and get to know you a little bit more and see if you're the right fit for the company. But it's also an interview just for you to get to know us a little bit more, and it's just a normal meeting, a little bit of a chat. So if we just want to start, I have your CV. I read through it a little bit, and it looks quite good. But I just like to just if you could tell me about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So I'm 21 years old. I'm studying at the hotel school in Maastricht right now. My main work experience has been in my father's restaurant for a period of like 7, 8 years right now, I'd say. Right now, I don't work there that much anymore, only when I'm visiting for the week. I might help out a bit. At my dad's restaurant, I worked as a waiter, as a bartender in a way. I delivered pizzas, I managed the delivery boys, and I also managed when my dad wasn't there, actually.
Well, that's very nice to hear that you've already got some experience in a management position.
Definitely.
So could you tell me a little bit what would be, as you consider, your greatest strengths in this area?
My experience has mostly been in a very busy, chaotic restaurant, and I think that's also where, since I grew up in there, I learned the most. So I'd say that in chaotic situations in a restaurant, I can really bring some clarity to the situation, I'd say.
All right, very nice. So you are now applying to work here. Why did you leave at first?
Why did I leave?
Yes, if you're taking a break, then I do understand.
No, I just moved across the country to start school, so it didn't make much sense working at my father's restaurant anymore. And
Okay.
besides, my sister took over my tasks, so they're doing pretty fine without me.
And where would your father's restaurant be?
That's in Haarlem, in the city center, and it's called Venezia.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Could you maybe tell me a time that you maybe had some struggles at this restaurant and how you maybe overcame them?
Yeah, well, the nice thing is I had some struggles every day, actually. As I said, it was a very chaotic place. Lots of things went wrong. Of course, a lot of things went right as well. But the things that went wrong were like the most important to me because I like looking at problems and seeing solutions for them. So, yeah, main problems, the ones that I couldn't solve were often internal problems between me and employees. So, a different vision on a certain problem which they didn't see eye to eye with me on. So those were the hardest problems, I'd say. The easy solvable problems for me were with customers. Whenever customers had complaints, I always eventually knew what they wanted to solve their problem.
And I see, since you're going to the hotel school in Maastricht, you must have had some practical experience while you're there. So could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So my practical experience started in the first 6 months of my study. Unfortunately, I started in February last year, which means this was like 1 month before the corona hit the country. So I did have some actual experience, but also a lot of it was online. But the parts that I actually did physically were rooms division management, so front office, service, in which I already had a lot of experience, so I did pretty well there. And yeah, the rest was actually all online through learning courses and reading books.
Okay, very nice. And I mean, regarding the practical experience, and have you been in any of the departments in the hotel that they have there on premises?
Yeah, as I said, I worked in the front office, so I was managing employees back there actually, which had been a first for me. That started out kind of rough, but I managed in the end since most people are pretty capable and there's a good order in which way students listen to the higher up students. So that was doable. As for the other parts of the hotel, I've basically seen all of them, but I didn't have any experience working in them. But I kind of understand how they work.
Okay, and briefly, could you tell me what your weaknesses would be?
My weaknesses are probably patience. As I said, working in a busy restaurant, the slow days really got the best of me. So on those days, I just get annoyed by not doing anything. So I start like impulsively thinking about the small things that could be done, cleaning stupid little corners or thinking about small problems that I haven't thought about in a while at work. So probably, yeah, getting distracted on small things when it's not that busy.
And what would you consider to be your greatest personal achievement?
Personal achievement, I'd have to say, yeah, probably working for my parents, since this has always been a thing I've been doing since I was 13, 14 years old. And I never complained, never asked my dad for anything more. I just helped out whenever I had to without any complaining. And they paid me, of course, in return. So it's not like it was all good deeds or anything, but I always came. I never didn't show up. And I always stay till last if I have to without complaining. So I think that's something I'm very proud of.
It sounds like you're very competent and that you have a lot of experience that we can consider for this job position. And just one question, it might be a little bit difficult, but why do you think we, as the Royal Bavarian, should hire you?
Well, as you said yourself, I seem pretty experienced. I'd say I am as well. Secondly, I'd say I have a lot of personality to add to the job. Personally, I like doing my job the best possible way I can with the best possible team around me. And yeah, I really take the job personally. So if somebody compliments the restaurant or whatever I'm managing, I take it personally because I'm trying my best to actually do it right.
Okay, very nice. I'm very looking forward to hearing from you again. But of course, a very important part of this interview as well is for you to get to know us. So I would just like to ask if you would have any questions for us here.
Simply the size of your team, which I would be managing if I got the job.
Our size, that does vary since we do have 2 restaurants. We are looking for you in the relatively smaller restaurant. You'll be managing then aside with the F&B manager. You will also be joining the waiting team, but you will be with a team of around about 8 people to 10 people per day.
All right, that sounds pretty doable and could be pretty fun.
We hope so.
Right.
But if you do not have any more questions for me, then I will start to close off this interview.
Yeah, sure.
What happen from here on out is that you will hear from us maybe in the next coming week or two to see if you have got the job or not. But we do look forward to hearing from you, and we wish you all the best in your upcoming career and for wherever you apply. And we hope that you still have a good day or a good evening still.
All right, thank you very much. I don't have any more questions, so I'd like to just thank you for the opportunity, and thanks for hearing me out.
Well, thank you for coming.
It was a pleasure. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Cheers.